Welcome to Make a Path Presents. I'm Ronnie Hayes, and we got some new info for The Walking Dead. As we dive into that, you guys can take a look at the awesome new artwork they got to promote the coming second half of the Season 8. It's called The Last Stand, and this one has Rick facing off with Negan. It's the Rick versus Negan one. I really like this. I can already picture this on a steelbook, but I'm going to have to say the next one I like a little bit more, with Rick channeling his inner Wolverine. I like this a lot. It does look like he's standing on top of the junkyard though, right? There's pallets to the left. There's like a tire, and that's definitely the junkyard on the right. So in my eyes, I see that as symbolic of the pallets, the factory where Negan and his group is, and the junkyard where obviously the heapsters are, the junk people, the trash people. Anyway, I really like this. I hope that, it looks like a promo image, but I really hope we get a scene of Rick going into battle or facing off with Negan, something similar to this. Just some rage exploding onto the scene. All right, the first little tidbit. February 25th's mid-season premiere will run for 82 minutes, and this is longer than the typical 60-minute episode, and it's a full 9 minutes longer than Season 7's mid-season finale. And I do want to clarify, every time we talk about extended episodes, fans always say the episodes are not as long as they say they are. That is time slot. That's not how long the show is. And I blame this on digital. A lot of fans watch it digitally, and they hear it's a 90-minute episode, and they go, wait a minute, this only says 70-some minutes, or, 84 minutes, what the hell's going on? And yeah, that's the commercial breaks. There's usually 20 minutes of commercial. It's around an average of 42 to 44 minutes of show, the rest being commercials. All right, just putting that out of the way, because I know we're going to get some comments from some people saying it's never da-da-da. Anyway, the next bit of information, this is coming from the actress who plays Maggie. She said in an interview, "We basically go into a huge battle." Now, this is promising of a massive battle. She continued to say, "We have had a lot of action, and now we have this revenge plan in place. The group all comes together, and we make this plan for our future while trying to really hold the pieces together in the grief and in the aftermath of Carl. It's a little bit emotionally shattered, but militaristically focused." I like that. I like the way that sounds. Emotionally shattered, but militaristically focused. Now, a little minor spoiler here. I am speculating this major battle, it might actually be in 2 waves, and we're getting this information from the comic book. And there is an image of Negan here with walkers. This was another promo image released a while back. Comic book fans will know what this is, but I'm pretty sure this is an exact recreation of the comic scene where they weaponized the walkers in a new and interesting way. A lot of fans were asking if they were going to do that, and it appears as if they are going to now. And it might even, and here's a huge bombshell, now that I'm talking about it, and this just popped in my brain, it might even be Eugene who gives them this information. Imagine if Eugene is the one. Man, he's been really grinding my damn gears lately. But if he's the one who gives us this information on how to fatally wound them with just a little wound, I'm just going to flip my shit. Anyhow, I think that's what it is. And the battle after this, after Negan weaponizes the walkers, the battle will take place at the hilltop. And it'll be probably 2 waves. They attack, they fall back, and they attack again. And the next bit of information is a summary of the back half. Now, this is a little chunk of info, so let me read this quick. This is coming from AMC. It says, "At the very center, Rick, having been distracted by the conflict, has just returned home to learn that Carl, who heroically shepherded the Alexandrians to safety during Negan's attack, has been bitten by a walker. Once his sole motivation in this otherwise stark existence, Rick is forced to deal with this reality. Carl has always been a beacon of hope, a symbol for the remaining thread of humanity. Lessons that the survivors around him would be wise to take with them as this war surges on. But Rick isn't the only person who's living in peril. Aaron and Enid are in a dire situation at Oceanside, unclear if they're in friendly territory or if they've just made new enemies. Father Gabriel they're in friendly territory. Let's just put it out there. I don't feel like there's much tension in that Anyway, but let's go on. Father Gabriel will do his part in attempting to smuggle Dr. Carson safely back to the hilltop. I am really interested in that part. And pregnant Maggie is wrestling with many moral gray areas, and I'm extremely interested in this part. Okay, I'll shut up. That come with leadership during war. In a standoff with the Saviors, she must decide how to proceed with the dozens of prisoners of war's lives she currently is in control of, as well as new complications that come along with being a leader. In addition to the war, Negan continues to deal with struggles within his ranks as workers, traders, and others thirst for power cause conflict at the sanctuary. Sorry, my brain jumbled there because I just got a little bit worried about something. Hold on, I'll talk about that in a minute. Having gifted the Saviors a new major victory, Eugene's loyalty is repeatedly tested as new obstacles present themselves. Eugene, he might weaponize him, I don't know. Next up, as all-out war consumes us, the line between good and evil continues to blur. People fighting for what they believe in. Everybody's working together for something bigger, to feel safe and have a world worth living in. Now, back it up to the Negan and dealing with conflict at the sanctuary. Part of me, I'm split. Part of me really likes that. I really dig the idea of having the workers be problematic because that adds a level of conflict within the story that could rack up the tension, the suspense, and you always need that ticking time bomb within a story to help with that, to help with some of the pacing and the suspense issues and the interesting aspect. Look at Negan without a ticking time bomb is just planning on how they're going to attack. But if you need the workers, if they're on edge and they could flip any minute now, and it could cause Negan to lose the war essentially, or take a huge defeat, or cause him to not be able to fight back in any way, shape, or form. Now the workers are the ticking time bomb in the story. Negan's got to put this, quarrel to bed. He's got to end the war in order to make his people happy, so that way they don't try to overthrow him. No matter how cocky he was before, if shit continues to get worse, there will be a problem down the line. I'm sure the workers will only take so much. So I do like that, but on the same strength, it does kind of feel like we're getting into filler territory. Like, are we going to have a whole episode that's dealing with the people at the sanctuary? We haven't really been there much. There's no characters that we really care about. I know they put Eugene there, and I think it's cool seeing how the sanctuary functions, but at this point in time in the story, I don't care about the workers at the sanctuary and their story, Show them for what they're needed for background characters to make the environment feel fleshed out and lived in and real, and authentic. Other than that, I want to be with the war. What's going on with that? I want to be in all-out war, not, all-out war of arguments at the sanctuary. And the last bit of news I'm getting a ton of questions about, so I thought we'll discuss it here real quick. It is about the stuntman who died from a fall on set during Season 8's filming. His mother, I believe, is either his mother or his wife. Let me read this. I believe it's his mother. She is suing AMC, and the lawsuit says the production of Season 8 of The Walking Dead, like seasons before it, had an emphasis on keeping production budgets low and profits high, indicating that cost-cutting measures meant the set's safety precautions did not meet industry standards during the filming of Episode 7 of Season 8. And the ultimate decision makers for The Walking Dead production, the AMC defendants, are each independently responsible for the failure of The Walking Dead production to take responsible safety precautions to protect its performer, John Bernacker. The Walking Dead production company, Stalwart Films, was fined $12,000 by OSHA late last year for failing to protect employees from falling hazards. But the lawsuit singles out several instances of negligence, ranging from the lack of padding on the part of the set where her son was supposed to land, to a fellow stuntman ignoring instructions not to push the late Bernacker during his jump stunt. And then it goes on to say AMC issued a statement in response to the filing on Wednesday, insisting that it takes the safety of our employees on all our sets extremely seriously and meet or exceed industry safety standards. Out of respect for the family, we will have no further comment of this litigation. Now, a lot of people think that because of the lawsuits, they're going to stop The Walking Dead and put it on hold and yada, yada, yada. That's just simply not going to happen. They have the money to keep delaying this. I'm sure there's going to be some type of settlements. Definitely with this, definitely probably with Darabont down the line. That one's a little more personal, and it's a lot more money, so that might drag on a while, and we will mention something about that in a second. But as far as this, it's interesting how AMC says they met the safety standards and exceeded them, yet they were fined for not meeting them. You know what I mean? So I'm going to have to look into that a little further, because if you were fined and obviously you didn't meet safety, requirements, I mean, come on, is that just something you say to make it sound good? I don't know. That part, it's like, if you fucked up, just say you fucked up. Be like, yeah, we fucked up. But obviously they're not going to say that, because then that could get used in the lawsuit against them. But real quick about the Darabont lawsuit, a lot of people are seeing articles that say, The Walking Dead paused lawsuit, yada, yada, yada. It doesn't mean the show is being paused. I've gotten a bunch of comments about that. No, it actually means the first lawsuit that Frank Darabont is suing for, the $280 million, that is on pause while they handle the second lawsuit from Frank Darabont. What happened really quick, he sued for $280 million, and then he got a look at Robert Kirkman's lawsuit, and there was new information in the lawsuit which allowed his lawyers to sue again for $10 million the second time. So there's $280 million and then $10 million. AMC is saying they want the judge to put the $280 million lawsuit on hold, pause that, and deal with the $10 one first, get that thrown out, and then go back to the $280 million one. That has nothing to do with the show, and they're going to continue to use lawyers to fight that case as long as possible. It might not be good budget-wise for the show. I mean, I don't know. But you guys, give me your thoughts and opinions down below. Every week, on Sunday around 10:30 Eastern Standard Time, we do a live show. When The Walking Dead's on, we discuss the episodes. When it's off the air, we discuss all Walking Dead news coming out all throughout the week. So put your thoughts and opinions about this news down in the comments, and then maybe we could feature some comments this Sunday on our live show right here at Make a Path Presents. Alright guys, that's it from me. Leave your thoughts and opinions in that comment box down below. I'm done talking. It's your turn.